Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ifnaya, and if you are new on this channel, you are welcome. So today we're going to be learning how to cut and sew this beautiful apron, and if that's something you're interested in, please sit back and keep watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and let's get started. Okay, so for this tutorial I'll be making use of this white fabric that you are seeing right here, and also making use of my chalk, my tape, scissors, and my ruler. So guys, as you can see, I already folded my fabric into two, and now I'm going to be taking the length of the apron, and the length of this apron that I'm working with is 35 inches. You can actually make yours longer or shorter depending on the length of the apron you want to be working with. And so now I'm going to be measuring from that point to this other point right here, and so what I have is about 13 inches. So when I open it up, I have 26 inches. So as it's folded now, I have 13 inches. So the next thing I'm going to do now is from this point I'm going to mark about 11 inches. So this is me marking 11 inches on this point right here. So now the next thing I'm doing now is to take my measurements from this folded part or the center part of the apron, and then I'm going to mark 5 inches, just like you see me doing right now. And after marking 5 inches from that point, I'm going to connect it to this end of this point where I marked my 11 inches. So you can either make use of your ruler or you can make use of your free hand. So I decided to make use of my ruler, and so this is what it looks like right now. And so after doing that, I'm just going to give it a curve. The straight line is just a guide so that you understand what I'm talking about. You can see the curve that I marked right there. So this is the curve we're going to be working with, and not the straight line. So guys, basically after marking out the curve, we're going to be cutting it out on the curve and not on the straight line. So basically we are done drafting out the apron. You can see it's very easy, and so I'm opening it up now, and this is what it looks like. So the next thing I want to do now is to get the pockets, which I'm going to be attaching to the apron. And so to attach the pocket, I'm going to be taking my measurements. So the length of the fabric I cut out for the pocket is about 12 inches long, and then the width is 9.5 inches. So the next thing I want to do now is to fold the top part of my pocket. As you can see, I'm going to fold it twice, just like this, and then I'll go over to my sewing machine and then I'll stitch it up with a straight line. This pocket is actually optional. You can skip it if you don't want to attach a pocket to your apron. So guys, back to our apron. I'm going to be folding the edges of the apron twice, making use of my sewing machine, and as you can see, I folded it twice, and then I'm going to give it a straight stitch on that end, and then on the other side as well I will also do the same thing for this side and the other side. So guys, as you can see, I have folded all the edges together. It looks very neat. I also went ahead to give it a proper ironing, and this top part as well, I also folded it up, and it looks very neat too. So the next thing I want to do is to attach my pocket to my apron, and so to do that, I'm going to be folding my pocket into two, and then I'll use my chalk to give it a mark on the center, and so I'll place it on the center of my apron. And so the next thing I want to do now is to take the measurements from this top part of my apron to 12.5 inch, and so from on that part where I marked my 12.5 inch, that is where I'm going to be placing my pocket. So making use of my pin, I'll just pin it up on the center point right there. So now as you can see, I'm folding the edge of my pocket, and then after folding it, I'll pin it up to my apron so that it's going to be very easy for me to work with. And so after folding this edge of this pocket, I'm also going to do the same for the other sides, and after doing that, I'll take it over to my sewing machine and then I'll stitch it. So guys, now I'm done attaching my pocket to my apron, and so it's time to attach the rope. And so the length of this rope I'm working with is 106 inches. So as you can see, I'm taking the measurements. I had to stop at 60, which was the end of my tape, and then I placed my tape on that point, and then I marked about 46 inches. So that gives me a total of 106 inches, and so the width is 2 inches. So the next thing I want to do now is to determine the center of this rope right here, which is this point, and so I'm going to make use of my chalk to give it a mark. And so from that point, which is the center of the rope, I'm going to mark about 9 inches or 10 inches. You can actually work with 10 inches if you want your rope to be loose on your neck, but I'm working with 9 inches. So this is me marking 9 inches. So from that point where I marked, I'm going to place it under my apron. As you can see, my apron is on the point where I marked 9 inches, and this is just me trying to place it properly. And after placing it well, I'll make use of my pin to pin it up on this point right here. And so for the other part of this this armhole area, I'll make use of my pin to pin it up just like this. And so after doing that, I would go to the other side of the apron, and from the other point where I marked my 9 inches as well, I will do the same, and I'll pin it up as well down to the end of the apron where we didn't fold. Please, in case you find this part a bit confusing, I think you should just watch it, and trust me, it's very comprehensible. So I'll go over to my sewing machine and then I'll stitch it up, making use of 1/2 inch. So now that I'm done stitching it up, this is what it looks like. And so the next thing I want to do now is to get the end of my rope. And so on this point right here, I'll just go over to my sewing machine again, and then I'll stitch it up at this point. So I'm going to be closing it up, and then after closing it up, I'll then turn it over and then make use of 1/2 inch to fold it in all the way down to this point right here. So this is me just trying to fold this point so that it's going to be very easy for me to work with. So I'm using my pin to pin it up like this. I hope you understand, guys. And so while pinning up this part, you're going to be making sure that the part where you stitched initially, you're going to be hiding it inside. You don't want to make your stitches very rough. So this is just what I am doing, and I'll do the same for this other side as well. And so guys, this is what it looks like after folding. You can see it looks very neat, and I'm just going to give it a very good ironing because I don't want my work to be looking very rumpled. And so guys, this is what it looks like at the end of the whole stitching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe if you've not subscribed. Hit the like button, share, leave a comment in the comment section if you have any question, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.